We're in the garden today just looking for anything that's still growing. I'm also going to be trying to harvest here from my potato towers, and the garden is very grown over with weeds, so I'm just going through to see what's still growing and what still needs harvested. And here I'm just taking the tires off and going through the dirt looking for my potatoes. The geese came over to say hi too. I'm just going to use a little hand rake here and go through all of the loose soil and look to see if there's any potatoes. I'm probably not going to find any in this tire just because I didn't have any actual potato plants growing out of the top. I did plant 5 or 6 in here in the middle of summer. Really not seeing any other than that one that was just at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, this little guy. It's the only one I got from this tower. So this one actually has a plant growing out of it, as you can see. Now, if I had added more tires and more dirt, I would obviously have grown way more potatoes, but I kind of just put these guys in here and forgot about them. All I can hope for at this point is even just a few potatoes. Let's see if we can find any.
Oh, snap.
Yay! One normal-sized potato. And that little guy is the 4th and final potato that I end up finding in here. So if I had actually added another tire and more dirt and just kept doing that as the potato plant grew, I would have more potatoes. That's what I've done in the past. I just kind of got a little bit lazy with this and honestly forgot about it. So my big harvest is the 4 potatoes, and I'm actually going to be scooping up this dirt to save it, because this would make really good potting soil for next year. We got this out of the woods, and it's basically a decomposed tree, so you do see little chunks of bark in it, and it's really, really rich soil, has a lot of sand, and a lot of peat in it. But here we are with our 4 potatoes. Now that's a decent sized potato. These are all russet, I should say that, and I mean, pretty good for what it's worth. Pretty decent size. So now I'm just going to be going around my garden and showing you a few other things that are growing. I turned around and actually found this really cool mushroom. And then over here we have eggplant. I have like 4 plants left. Only one of them has an actual eggplant on it. And then I have 2 kohlrabi. This one's a decent size. It's getting nibbled on by the geese. But I do have another one over here. And these guys will actually do pretty good now that it's getting cooler. Hopefully they do grow more. These are Brussels sprouts that never really did anything. They're kind of just the same size they've been all summer. And then over here in this mess of weeds, I have 1 lonely turnip. I'm going to give the geese a little snack so they stop following me around. So here we have some Swiss chard still going strong. It's actually been growing really well all summer. And then I also have some kale. That's what I just zoomed in on. Lots of weeds. These are tomato plants that are actually still hanging on. Those are my giant mammoth sunflowers all bent over. And then that was my squash and beans and pepper plants. And here I have a couple pots. There's basil and some calendula still growing, still doing good, despite the neglect. And another view of the tomato plants here. And then we're going to wander over here and take a look at the peppers. So I have some banana peppers growing right here. And then more banana peppers. Way more banana peppers. And they're all decent size too. I'm going to be picking those here in just another day or 2. Some more weeds. And then I have a poblano pepper over here. This I didn't even remember planting. That's Honey. She came to say hi too. But this thing's been doing great. It didn't really have any peppers on it until about the end of August, beginning of September. Now it's the end of September, and it's putting off a lot of peppers. And then there's a bell pepper plant over there, and more banana peppers. I had a lot of banana pepper plants. These guys I'm just going to let go until I just don't have any more to pick. These are my mammoth sunflowers. You can see the birds got to a lot of these, and most of them aren't really that dried out enough to collect to save seeds, so I'm just going to be keeping an eye on those. And I also have spaghetti squash still. I had so many spaghetti squash this year. I only did maybe like 10 plants, but I had a lot of squash. And most of them that are left now have been eaten. So these obviously are getting nibbled on by something, and they're also starting to rot on the bottom. I think I had like 3 or 4. Yeah, that one's pretty gross too. They look nice on the top, but they're definitely chicken food now. This was one I was kind of hoping would be okay, but it was not. It's got a lot of soft, squishy parts on it, so that's going to be chicken food. And then I had another one over here, same thing. I don't know if it's mice or if it's chipmunks. It's probably both. But just another piece of chicken food. Alright, thanks for stopping by and checking out the wild garden, and we'll catch you next time.